Here we go. So Gogojo, he's waiting in the upper bracket finals for his next series, and we are going to find out who's going to face him. Who is going to face him as... Oh. God damn it. As I do have to sort out the names and sort out the colors, and bam! There we go. Spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Gresswan, we have the Indian Zerg player representing Maturino Esports, currently down in this series. It is Demi. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the Vietnamese Zerg player representing Team Gosu. It is MeomaikA. Okay, so yeah, they were very quick to get into game and to invite. We missed out on game one, unfortunately, but we of course know that MeomaikA is leading the series. Demi is going for a hatch first opener. MeomaikA is going for a spawning pool first opener. Interesting. So this is a very safe opener from MeomaikA, going for a spawning pool into a hatchery, into a gas geyser. This does mean he has faster lings. It means he has faster queens as well. So basically, if MeomaikA was being 12 pooled, or if he was being 12-11s or 13-12'd, basically an early rush, MeomaikA, he would have the defender's advantage. Oh, not just the defender's advantage, of course he would, but he would have the advantage overall just because of this very safe and very fast spawning pool. Across the map, Demi is doing no such thing. He's going for a very economic opener, going for a hatch into a gas geyser, into a later spawning pool, because again, you don't really need to rush into lings and rush into queens. You can just focus on drone production. You can focus on your economy. And MeomaikA is actually investing a little bit into his lings. There we go. 2 lings are sent out, and because Mia only made 2 lings, these are just for scouting purposes. He's just going to send them out across the map, figure out what's going on, see if there's like fast gases or a fast evo chamber, to see if anything is out of the norm. And there we go. He confirms that there are drones on the low ground. He confirms the hatch first opener as well. And MeomaikA gets out of there. Meanwhile, MeomaikA is working on link speed. Demi is going for a rush. He doesn't pull out of gas. He delays his third base, and he throws down a very fast bathing nest. Oh boy. Third is now on the way from Demi, but I believe he intends to be hyper aggressive. I believe he intends to make a wave of lings after this Overlord, but we'll see. We'll see at what point he does so. Meanwhile, across the map, Gogojoey is going to be staying on 2 bases. He does go for a bathing nest of his own. It is far later than that of Demi's. And here it is. Lings are on the way. Bailings are in production. Demi is looking to be a little bit aggressive. Now, this is really awkward. So typically, these lings from Demi would be harassing and denying the third. But there is no third. MeomaikA's on he's playing 2 base. He's going all in. Ling scouts. Ling does confirm. Demi, did you see the baleen nest? It looks like he did see the baleen nest. Demi knows what's going on. He's getting ready back at home. Lings are flooding across the map. Queens as well. MeomaikA, he's coming. And Demi's ready for him. Because of the early baleen nest, we already have 2 banelings done. We have 3 more on the way. It's all going to come down to the control, to the micro, to the execution here from both players. It's all about that Bane on Bane action. Now, the Queens will make things a little bit more complicated because they can focus fire banelings down. They're quite tanky as well. Meanwhile, Demi, he needs to bring his own queens over, and he will. We have 2 queens versus 2 queens. Looking at the units, we have 27 lings from MeomaikA. He does have a massive ling advantage and a baneling advantage as well. Up! Oh, God. Oof. We're going to be trading. I think that was 2 for 3 in favor of MeomaikA. More banelings are rolling in, and MeomaikA, he just can't gain any ground. He has to split his veins. Everything explodes, and I do want to favor Demi here. We still have a lot of lings left over from Mia, but he doesn't have any banelings. He has no banelings left. Demi will defend. He will hold. Does lose all of his queens, but Demi has plenty left over to work with. This third base from Mio, very late. Very late hatchery here. He's going to try to transition. He's going to try to macro out. But I don't know if he really can. Demi's able to keep up at every turn. Oh no! He is able to keep up for the time being, and we do see MeomaikA coming in for a follow-up push, but once again, 4 Banelings for only 2 of Demi. A better trade from our Indian Zerg player. MeomaikA losing all of his Banelings. With that, the attack has ended. He does get a kill on... Oh no, he's stuck. He's stuck. He's trapped. No! There was no way out. He does get all the queens, but it's not worth it. It's not worth it, Papi. Ah. As Demi already has a Roach War and Roach production has commenced, and he's going for his own attack. And what does Mio have at home to defend? 6 queens. Oh, that's a lot of queens. 6 queens are back at home. A couple of Banelings are on the way. Can Demi break him? Looks like he's gonna have to calm down. He backs off. He's taking another gas geyser. Yeah, Demi is just gonna be droning from... Oh, I assume he's gonna be droning, but for now, making roaches. Yeah, never mind. He is not saturating his bases. He's staying here on a very low worker count. He's sending everything across the map. MeomaikA, he's the one that's droning. MeomaikA is about to be caught with his pants down. He's not ready for a fight. He's not ready for an attack. MeomaikA, he just wants to drone. He just wants to make money. But it is not going to happen. Demi has arrived. Roaches have arrived. And the Banelings, they don't find the connections that they're really looking for. The Banelings of Demi will. Yeah, the splits, the spread from those roaches is going to be enough. And Demi is breaking the third base. We are going to an ace match. GG. We're going to game 3, Papi. Going to game 3. It's the Asher. But GG, well played. We're going to game number 3. Again, a lot of this did come down to the execution of the all-in from MeomaikA. It did come down to the Link Bane control, and the Link Bane micro was leaving much to be desired. For those wondering, it takes 2 Banelings to kill 1 Baneling. That's typically how things go. But because MeomaikA had all of his Banelings bunched up, more than once, we saw MeomaikA trade and lose like 3, 4, 5 Banelings for only 2 of Demi. Demi was trading so much more efficiently. And MeomaikA was, yeah, being a little bit lax with his control, and we saw a lapse in judgment in some of those engagements as well, which is surprising. I feel like micro and control and unit control, I should say, is something that MeomaikA is really well known for. So yeah, it's something that we were lacking here in game 2 on Grassfarm. I think the chat was just catching up. There was no way out, Papi. That was when MeomaikA got trapped in the mineral line. We are getting ready for that ace match. Here we go. Make money and drone in this economy. He was trying. He was trying. Points for trying. As here we go, we're getting into the ace match, and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Ancient System, we have the Indian Zerg player representing Maturino Esports, tying up the series 1-1 in that last game. It is Demi. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the Vietnamese Zerg player representing Team Gosu. It is MeomaikA. Here we go. The ZvZ does continue. Demi once again going for a hatch gas pool opener, very economic as to be expected. Across the map we have Mio going for a pool first. Once again, very safe. This is something that MeomaikA does in almost every matchup. It is considered to be inefficient. Obviously it's not very economic, but it is very safe. And it's one of those things where MeomaikA, he's more concerned with surviving the early game than he is with having a good economy, and it works for him, right? Like, sure, he has a bit of a worse economic situation compared to his opponents, and I feel like that matters a little bit more in a mirror matchup, but MeomaikA can usually overcome that anyway. That's just how good of a player he is, which is pretty impressive to think about, pretty crazy to think about. That MeomaikA can, in a way, put himself behind economically in the early game and still bounce back and still have a fighting chance. As he's going to be investing a little bit further into these links. In game 1, he only made 2 links. Here, in the last game, he only made 2 links. In this game, we have 4 links coming out from MeomaikA. With this, he's not just scouting, he can also apply a little bit of pressure to his opponent. Does force a bigger reaction. 4 links in production for Demi. And that 1 drone may be forced up into the main base. As the links have arrived, and so far they don't quite get a drone. They do trade better. We can see here MeomaikA getting 2 link kills and Demi not killing a single link of Meo. So overall a better trade from our blue Zerg player, but again nothing too major. Oh, he's doing it again. As Demi is getting a very fast Bailey nest. We saw the same thing last time, and we saw that Demi was able to, in a way, blind counter and defend against a link flood of his opponents. A link flood that he never really saw coming. I assumed that Demi was going for his own all-in, but yeah, it's really interesting. So Bailey Nest is about to finish up. 3rd base is on the way. Meo so far hasn't thrown down any tech. He should be working on the 3rd of his own, and there we go. There is that 3rd hatchery from MeomaikA. So Meo is going into a standard 3rd base timing. His Bailey Nest is late. Uh-oh. Because it's non-existent. This is dangerous. Okay, so there is no Bailey Nest here at the natural wall. And MeomaikA may be reading this as Demi skipping the Bailey Nest, but because he hasn't, MeomaikA is going to be on the back foot. I don't know if he can hold on to his 3rd. Once Demi is aggressive, I should say. For now, he's just trying to keep up with the link movement of MeomaikA. And MeomaikA is getting away with this. Now, for those wondering, this is something that you can do when the Roach Warren is going to be spotted here by Demi. Now he knows what's happening. He knows what is going on. So you can cut certain corners in this matchup, like the Bailey Nest, and whenever you do so, you're very vulnerable to link bane aggression of the opposing player, because you don't have banelings of your own. But MeomaikA is able to survive, able to get into Roach production. He has arrived across the map as well. And hopefully Demi doesn't throw away his banelings needlessly. As we do see Demi holding on to his 3rd back at home. MeomaikA also going to be droning up, saturating his bases. Roaches are on the way for both players. Demi getting into his own Roach Warren as well. Again, there was a window where I would have assumed that MeomaikA was a little bit vulnerable, but Demi, he's just chilling back at home. Is just staying back. And neither player really wants to saturate their third base. It's been a game of chicken. It's like, alright, who's going to drone first? Who is going to flinch? And whoever does, dies. And here we go. Demi squeezes out a couple of workers. Bold move. Risky move. So does Meo. He's going to be cutting workers here at 44, and never mind, he's going to be joining up a little bit further. Lair is done. Roach speed is on the way. I believe that is spotted by Demi. I believe he did see it researching. Here comes that push from MeomaikA. He has a massive army lead. He's up to 25 roaches. Oh boy. Now Demi does have the defense advantage. He has queens. He can potentially bring more queens over. He can try to transfuse. Spine Crawler is thrown down, but this is a very late Spine Crawler from Demi. MeomaikA able to avoid the overlords, able to get across the map unscattered. Again, there was no overlord. There was no overlord here in position on the right-hand side. And Meo is breaking on through. Again, it's going to be pretty close. The roach count is pretty comparable with the defender's advantage. With these links coming out, it looks like Demi is holding. He's not just holding, he's droning. He's droning. He's got his own roach speed in production. Demi survives. MeomaikA, he's not slowing down. Comes in here with a second wave. Still no upgrades, by the way. It's all just 0-0 roaches. You see Demi having a bit of a better concave. And Meo backs off. There we go. He's going to be squeezing out a couple of extra workers. Got that first Eva chamber on the way for +1. And I wonder if Demi's going to go full a laser on us. No, he is not. He's working on his own +1 range as well. He's backing off. Or just, you know, maintaining his defensive position, I should say. He's going to stay back. You can see Demi just trying to get a read on what the economic situation is looking like. He sees that both gases have been taken. Now he has to take gases of his own. I would say Demi now falling a little bit behind in the economy. Just a little bit. Again, there are only small deviations between the players. Nothing too major. As Meo is on all 6 gas he's on all 6 gases. They are all saturated. Just amassing a massive roach army. Demi so far only on 5. He's actually investing in Overlord speed, and he's going for a Drop-a-Lord even. Okay, interesting. Can work well. Okay, first Overlord is being sent out. Is going to be moving out across the map, and yeah, until then both players are going to max out after a pretty aggressive and chaotic start to the game. After how in Demi's face MeomaikA was, he's backing off and both players max. Now Demi does have less to defend, bear that in mind. Demi, he has less of an army back at home because he's going for that drop across the map instead. Can he pull it off? Drop has arrived. Queen is going to go down. Workers will go down as well. And MeomaikA is forced in. He has to make this work. He has to pull this off. Stutter stepping forward, pushing into the spine crawler, pushing into the concave. And there's no way this works. 14 drones have gone down across the map. GG gets called, and Demi forces the all-in out of Meo. Defends beautifully, and Demi will take the series 2-1. GG. Oh my god, very impressive stuff here out of Demi. Very defensive play. It was only a single drop that went across the map, but both players were maxed. Because both players were maxed out, that means that there were no reinforcements back at home. It meant that MeomaikA, he would have had to have turned around with his army, and he did not want to. Not at that point. He was committed, and yeah, Demi was able to have his way with him and take the series in the end 2-1. Congratulations to Demi. It's not often that he's able to bring down MeomaikA. It doesn't happen too often at all, so very well done here by Varun. And as Demi takes down one Zerg player, there is another waiting for him. Because of course there is. It is going to be Go-Go Joey. Of course, we casted him earlier. We did see him earlier. And he's been patiently waiting. Patiently waiting.